Hey everyone, today I'm going to talk about Ramadan and how I am incorporating it with my desire to lose weight. I've gotten probably about 15 emails from people asking me to sort of talk about what are some of the challenges, the struggles, and just to give you a general overview of what the last 3 weeks for me have been like. So Ramadan, I'm doing it, of course, for religious purposes, and it's basically we'll be fasting from sun up until sundown for roughly a month. So that means no food or water or any type of drink from the time that the sun comes up to the time that the sun comes down. Now you can wake up before the sun comes up and eat a drink, and then also once the sun goes down you can also return and eat a drink all the way until it comes up again. As far as weight loss of Ramadan, typically for me during this month I don't lose weight. I actually tend to gain weight, and in the past I've actually gained a lot because of uncontrollable eating. So when you're fasting, you tend to crave everything. They say don't go to the grocery store when you're hungry. Definitely don't go to the grocery store when you're fasting, because the food talks to you. And it's not the good food, it's like the junk food. The cookies, the chips, the ice cream, the pizza. Not saying that those are bad foods, but you know what I mean. So, like I said, in Ramadans in the past, I haven't really been very mindful of my eating. One, because I would crumble to cravings, and I would eat way too much. And so I typically, in the years past, since I've kind of started my weight loss journey, I would probably gain about 10 to 15 pounds in the month of Ramadan. This year it's been a little different for me. This year, I don't know why it's different. I'd like to think that it's because I've made this a lifestyle now, and it's just become so normal for me. But I haven't found it as challenging this year. I just still have the cravings and whatnot, but I feel like mentally I'm just a lot stronger. I've been in control. So people have been asking, okay, well, how do you deal with it, with your meal planning? Well, obviously there's not a lot of meal planning because, I'm only eating at night, usually after 8:30, and I'm only getting a few meals in. So for me, typically what I'm doing now is, when it's time to break my fast, I have a small meal, usually like a sandwich, peanut butter and jelly sandwich, with a protein shake and some water. And then what I do is I go to the gym, and people have been asking, well, how are you dealing with your workouts? So I have a few things. First of all, when you're fasting, you tend to be low on energy anyway, and I'm also dealing with a few injuries, my leg and my back. So my workouts have been very consistent. I typically I've been doing probably about 4 to 5 workouts a week, and basically they're a little bit lower intensity than normal, a little bit shorter in duration. But they're still effective. So what I'm doing is I'm going to the gym. I'm doing a 10 to 15 minute warm up on the bike. Then I'm doing about 5 to 10 minutes of stretching. And then I'm doing about 30 minutes of strength training. I'm not doing a lot of free weights. One, because I'm still dealing with lower back injuries, so I don't want to use those muscles to stabilize myself with the free weights. So I'm doing a lot of machines. As far as, I wouldn't say I'm going lightweight. I'm probably going extremely medium to heavy. Like I said, I'm only doing about 30 minutes. So if I'm doing like chest, I'm only doing probably about 3 to 4 exercises. After I'm done with my strength training, I'm jumping back on the bike and doing another 20 minutes of cardio, and then after that I'm doing another 10 minutes of stretching. So typically the workouts are probably about an hour 15 minutes long. The great thing about working out during Ramadan is you get your water in, because when you're working out you get thirsty and you're drinking. And by me having a light meal and then going to the gym, I'm leaving space in my stomach to drink the water, which is what I really need. Because water is the challenge right now for me this month. That's been the most challenging part of this month. The window between the time I can eat and the time I go to bed is only 3.5 hours. So I'm trying to get 2 to 3 meals in and a whole bunch of water, and it's pretty much impossible to get all the water that I need. It's been very challenging to get all the food that I need too. But anyways, back to what I was saying. So when I get done with my workout, then I come home and I have another meal. And then and I said an hour later, hour and a half later, I have another meal before I go to bed, if I can, if there's any room left in my stomach. But I've been very mindful on what I'm eating. I'm also, during this month, I've decided to go meat free, which is not part of Ramadan. That's just something that I've added in. So that's been a challenge in itself. But overall, it's not as hard as people think. It's really a mental thing, which is like a lot of things in life. It's a mental challenge, and once you get past the first few days, you know, you just sort of get used to it. But if you had to ask me what the hardest part is, the hardest part is dealing with the thirst, and then also getting in getting in my H2O at night. I'm having a very hard time doing that. I feel like I'm dehydrated every day. And I'm staying up late to get those meals in and get the fluids in, so I'm going to bed late, and I'm still waking up early for work, so I'm not getting a lot of sleep either. You know, like I said, so as far as with Ramadan and weight loss, I don't expect to lose weight this month. My body does not react like that, even though some people's bodies do. Even though I feel like, you know, I feel like my face has slimmed out some since I've started. My mom actually said the same thing, but you know, I don't know. The scale is actually up 5 pounds since day one. And those 5 pounds are gained the first week, and since then it's been steady. I haven't had any loss or gain. So I kind of feel like it's just my body holding on to water. You know, I have a feeling that once I get back to my normal routine, and probably in about a week and a half, Ramadan will be over. I get back to my normal routine. I think that weight is going to drop right off, and then I can get back into working my way towards 299. But that's kind of, you know, how I've been dealing with it. I'm not sure if I answered people's questions or not. It's been, like I said, it hasn't been that bad. But the biggest thing that I'm proud of for myself for the last 2 weeks is I've just been so in control of and mindful of what I'm eating, and not just, you know, eating until I feel sick, because I've done that before in past years. I mean, you eat so much because it takes so long for your body to send the signal that you're full, and you're hungry and you're craving stuff and you're eating fast. You just eat yourself into almost like a coma. Because I remember in the past eating and feeling literally sick to my stomach that I could not even stand up. I mean, that was not a great feeling, and I told myself I do not want to feel like that this year, because I've worked so hard to get here, and I don't want to you know, regress back to old habits. So that's how I'm dealing with Ramadan. We probably got about like a week and a half left. You know, I don't like to say I look forward to it being over, because, you know, it's a really great month. It's very spiritual. It's very, I guess you could say, cleansing for the heart, for the soul, for the body. It gives me a lot of time to reflect. It's giving me time to recharge myself, mentally, physically, and I'm just ready. You know, I am looking forward to getting back to my normal routine, though. I'm looking forward to you know, continuing the road to all those goals I have set. So anyways, I hope you guys got a little information from this video about how I'm dealing with Ramadan. If you yourself are fasting and you're wondering what you should do about your meals, what you should do about your workouts, I'm just gonna give you a quick overview of what my coach has me doing. As far as the meals, you should still try to hit your, if you count macros, you should still try to hit your daily macros in that time frame you have to eat. If you count calories, you should do the same thing. Still try to hit your calorie intake in that allotted time you have to eat. So if you can start eating at 8:30, and if you go to bed at 1, try to get in your calories in those few hours. I know it's hard. I wouldn't say eat yourself to being sick, but maybe you have to be smart about it. If you can stay up later, then stay up later. Also, it would help if you could wake up in the morning before the sun comes up, to get some food in. That will also help you hit your macro calorie goals, whatever you count. I mean, people do things differently these days. Everyone does it in their own little way. Also, try to get your water in. I know it's hard, but do whatever you can. Drink it slowly. Pace yourself throughout the night. Wake up in the morning, again, before the sun comes up, and drink water. If you're not going to eat, at least wake up and drink some water. As far as your workouts, I would say don't stress about going too crazy in the gym. You know, Get some good stretching in. Get some good cardio in. Do some strength training. You know, I've been kind of taking it, I wouldn't say I've been lazy in the gym. I mean, I'm still getting a good workout, still getting a sweat. Obviously, I'm not doing the same level I was doing, you know, when I was non-fasting. But it's still good to, you know, keep up with the, you know, your physical activity, because you don't want to sit in your butt for a month and then find yourself struggling to get back to your workouts after Ramadan, and taking another 2 to 3 weeks just to get back into your groove. You really don't want to lose that time. I know I don't. I would say, you know, just be careful. You know, use your brain. If you feel dizzy, if you feel lightheaded, if you feel extremely tired, listen to your body and go home or take a rest day, do whatever you have to do. And obviously all this is just my opinion. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physical trainer, I'm not a personal trainer. You know, I'm just telling you what I've been doing and some of the tips I have for you. So thank you for listening, and this has been a very long video, and I'll check in with you guys later. Take care.